white feathers, like a vivid, living painting. As the largest toucan species in South America,
The toko toucan carries with it a strange and wonderfully inventive biological design.
Its bill, which can reach up to 19 centimeters in length, may look like a burden, but it's surprisingly light. Made of spongy keratin tissue supported by a hollow bone structure, the bill plays a key role in regulating body temperature. Blood flow to the bill increases to release heat. Conversely, when night falls, the blood is redirected to retain warmth.
this is one of the most efficient cooling systems ever recorded in birds, comparable to the heat-dispersing ability of an African elephant's ears.
The arrival of the rainy season also signals the start of the breeding season.
Fruit becomes abundant, followed by a surge in insect populations, an essential nutritional boost.
Point for the toko toucan during its nesting period. Its diet isn't limited to guava or fig.
During this time, it readily hunts insects, small lizards, and even eggs and baby birds.
This protein-rich food is crucial for nourishing the eggs and supporting the growth of the young in the nest.
The toko toucan does not build its own nest. It typically takes over old tree cavities.
Especially former woodpecker nests, or natural hollows formed over time.
The eggs, white in color and usually numbering between 2 and 4, are incubated in turns by both parents for about 2 weeks. When they hatch, the chicks are bare, without feathers, and their iconic beak is still tiny and undeveloped.
But day by day, they grow under the devoted care of their parents, gradually cloaked in thick feathers and developing that vibrant orange beak.
Like a little sunrise blooming in the heart of the Cerrado.
With a total length ranging from 55 to 65 centimeters, the toko toucan is not a long-distance migratory bird.
However, when food becomes scarce or certain areas dry out, it tends to move within a limited range in search of richer vegetation. This type of movement, known as ecological nomadism, allows the bird to make the most of short-term resources.
From a distance, the toko toucan looks like a living exclamation mark against the backdrop of a rejuvenating landscape.
Its tree-dwelling lifestyle and tendency to live in pairs, or small groups, help it avoid predators.
But also make it highly dependent on a habitat that consistently provides suitable forest canopy.
Beyond its role as a skillful fruit eater, the toko toucan is also a vital link in the Cerrado's recovery chain after the dry season.
By eating and dispersing seeds, it helps young trees take root in new areas.
These birds can boost the carbon storage capacity of tropical forests by as much as 38%.
By carrying seeds to degraded regions, supporting the natural regeneration of forest ecosystems.
While termite mounds are torn open by anteaters, another large creature chooses a quieter path for survival.
That is the boa constrictor, one of the great snakes of the Cerrado.
Non-venomous, yet equipped with a hunting strategy that is remarkably efficient and calculated.
The boa constrictor is one of the most ancient reptile species, having evolved and adapted over millions of years. The oldest known members of the Boidae family date back to the late Cretaceous period, showing that the ancestors of this species once lived alongside dinosaurs.
Modern individuals typically measure between 3 to 4 meters in length,
with some females exceeding 4.2 meters and weighing up to 27 kilograms.
Its glossy scales, marked with patterns of brown, burgundy, and silvery gray, stretch along its body like a natural camouflage map. Designed perfectly to blend into the moist forest canopy, or the dry grasses of tropical plains.
One distinctive feature is its vertical, cat-like pupils, a trait common in nocturnal species.
And the small pits between its lip scales.
Specialized heat-sensing organs that allow the boa constrictor to see the body heat of its prey, even in complete darkness. As night falls over the Cerrado, and rodents begin to emerge from their nests in search of food, the snake lies motionless, like a piece of rotting wood amid fallen leaves, silently waiting. Its strategy isn't to chase, but to ambush.
Once it locks onto its prey, it strikes with surprising speed.
Hundreds of sharp, curved teeth, angled inward, latch onto the prey.
Followed by the powerful tightening of its muscular coils.
The victim doesn't pass due to broken bones, but rather from suffocation and blood loss as circulation is cut off.
A 2024 study found that the pressure exerted by a boa constrictor can reach up to 90 millimeters of mercury, nearly equal to human blood pressure, but is sustained until the prey is completely still.
After swallowing its prey whole, the boa constrictor retreats into a leaf nest or rock crevice to digest. Its slow metabolism allows it to survive for weeks, even months, without needing another meal.
This makes it a highly strategic hunter, one that doesn't disrupt its habitat, taking only what it needs to survive.
The range of the boa constrictor stretches from northern Mexico to Argentina.
But within the Cerrado, it plays a key role in regulating rodent populations, indirectly helping protect crops.
From an ecological perspective, it is a crucial link in the mid-level food chain.
As the dry heat begins to fade, the Cerrado shifts into its rainy season, from October to March.
The first rains fall on the cracked earth, like a wake-up call to the entire ecosystem. The rise in humidity and temperature triggers the germination, flowering, and fruiting of many plant species.
During the rainy season, Serra de Canastra National Park transforms into a vibrant biological zone.
This surge in moisture fuels the lush growth of gallery forests along the upper reaches of the San Francisco River.
The park includes areas of striking scenic beauty, such as Cascadanta, the first waterfall of the San Francisco River.
The gallery forests here also serve as vital biological corridors, providing habitat for many endemic and rare species. The elusive ocelot, Leopardus pardalis, rarely seen in the dense undergrowth, emerges from the shadows. A fleeting glimpse of the ocelot, a master of stealth, reminds us of the hidden wonders protected within these gallery forests.
If the ocelot is nicknamed the dwarf leopard, then the margai, a smaller wild cat, is often called the tree ocelot.
During most of the rainy season, it hides within a leafy maze, where vines, dry branches, and moss weave together
Into a three-dimensional world.
Measuring 70 to 80 centimeters in length and weighing just 3 to 4 kilograms, the margay is the acrobat of the forest world.
Its tail, making up as much as 70% of its body length, provides perfect balance as it moves along slippery rain-soaked branches.
Remarkably, the margay is one of the very few mammals capable of rotating its hind ankle joints 180 degrees,
allowing it to climb down trees head first. More like a squirrel than a cat.
It can leap as far as 3.7 meters, or as high as 2.4 meters between branches.
And can even hang upside down from a limb using just one hind leg. Its large, round eyes, affectionately called button eyes by locals, give it exceptional accuracy when hunting in the dark. The margay lives a solitary life, is mostly active at night, and marks its territory with scent.
With a slow reproductive rate, producing one offspring every 2 years, the margay is highly vulnerable to sudden environmental changes.
Serra da Canastra, where intact gallery forests still remain, is becoming a final stronghold for the protection of this species. The rainy season in the rainforest brings an abundance of food.
The margay hunts birds, marsupials, squirrels, small monkeys, and even sloths, all of which dwell in the treetops.
An astonishing hunting tactic recorded in Brazil shows the margay mimicking the cries of baby monkeys.
Luring concerned adults close enough to be ambushed from above.
Though it lives in the trees, the margay may come down to the ground to hunt rabbits or rodents. But this is a risky choice, as it makes the cat more vulnerable to larger predators. Among the watchful eyes tracking its movements is the cougar. Like a mystery written in many languages, the cougar holds more names than any other animal in the wild. Puma, mountain lion, catamount, panther, over 40 nicknames, all referring to the same species. It is the terrestrial mammal with the widest range across the Americas, stretching from the icy Yukon in Canada. And right at the heart of this continent, where the Cerrado sprawls and gallery forests cling to the San Francisco River.
The cougar finds a fleeting paradise during the rainy season.
During the rainy season, the riverbank forests become rich and chaotic. Migratory birds return, hoofed animals forage,
and rodents reproduce rapidly with the rising humidity. For the cougar, this is opportunity.
It crouches beneath the forest canopy, golden eyes narrowed, watching as prey slowly moves toward an open clearing. No sound, no heavy breathing. Its long, powerful hind legs, the strongest among all wild cats, coil like compressed springs.
In a split second, the cougar launches nearly 5.5 meters into the air, soaring over more than 6 meters like a living arrow.
Its nearly 1 meter long tail curving gently to steer its body through brush and jagged rocks.
The impact lasts only seconds. Canines sink into the neck, claws lock in tight, covering it carefully with dry leaves, moss, and branches, stashing it like a reserve stockpile for the unpredictable rain-soaked days ahead.
Unlike tigers or lions with their thunderous roars, the cougar communicates through a surprising range of sounds.
An adult cougar in this region typically holds a territory spanning 80 to 150 square kilometers,
moving in sync with prey patterns. During the rainy season, their movement shifts south and southeast of the park,
where populations of capybaras and armadillos rise significantly. As solitary animals, cougars typically interact only during the mating season. The female, known as a queen,
carries her young for about 90 days and gives birth to between 1 and 6 cubs.
Dark spots along the cubs' backs help them blend into the forest floor scattered with damp, fallen leaves.
They stay with their mother for up to 2 years, learning every step of the stalk, how to select prey,
and avoid other predators like the jaguar, and even humans, the most unpredictable of all. In the food chain, the cougar acts as a guardian of natural balance. By keeping herbivore populations in check, it helps the forest regenerate and prevents overgrazing. A pattern confirmed by ecologists through satellite analysis of biomass cover during the 2025 rainy season. And as the rain continues to fall over the Cerrado, The faint tracks of a cougar pressed into the wet earth remain.
High above, the black-tufted marmoset darts in and out of the foliage.
While down below, the crested caracara glides silently through the thin mist of the gallery forest. Unlike falcons that dive and twist through the air, it lands on the damp earth, stepping slowly on orange-yellow legs.
As if reading the ground that has just come back to life after the season's first rain.
Belonging to the Falconidae family, the caracara doesn't follow the high-speed hunting style of its relatives. Weighing 1.3 kilograms, it is the second heaviest member of the family, surpassed only by the gyrfalcon.
Rather than ambushing prey, it prowls the ground in search of carrion, insects, lizards, or even fallen fruit.
A true opportunistic forager, it acts both as nature's cleanup crew and a quiet agent of renewal after the dry season. The rainy season brings a biological feast. Rodents, animal remains, organic debris, all wash toward the forest edge.
The crested caracara scratches through the leaf litter with its beak or feet.
Walking hundreds of meters each day, seizing every chance to survive. Its bare orange-red face shifts color with emotion, glowing bright when excited, paling when alert.
Communicating through expression, along with a clucking sound like stones rattling, and loud calls sent skyward as it tilts its head back.
Unlike the typically solitary falcons, the crested caracara is socially flexible, living alone, in pairs, or in small groups.
During the breeding season at the end of the rains, they build new nests as high as 10 meters.
And incubate their eggs for 30 days, and raise their young for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Remarkably, the chicks don't leave the nest right away. They stay for several more months.
Learning how to forage on the ground, mastering the unique survival skills of the walking falcon. In the ever-changing rhythm of the Cerrado, from the canopy to the forest floor, life adapts, endures, and thrives.
The unity of this ecosystem depends on every creature, large and small, bound together in the cycle of life.
The life hidden within what seems lifeless.
The origin of the caracara traces back to the Caracarini group, which branched off from true falcons near the end of the Pleistocene epoch.
Not as powerful as eagles, nor as fierce as falcons, it is the ability to survive on what's left behind that has made the caracara a true symbol of resilience.
Cerrado is no stranger to scavengers. Alongside the crested caracara, this land is also home to a species as strikingly colorful as the toco toucan.
The king vulture. Unlike most vultures with drab gray feathers and a somber appearance, the king vulture is a burst of color.
Its body looks like a natural paint palette, as if nature had poured out the last of its rebellious spirit onto this single bird. At the center of its curved orange and black beak sits a fleshy knob called a caruncle, like a soft crown resting on the face of a silent king. Its pale white eyes, rimmed in deep red, gleam with an almost otherworldly gaze.
Newborn chicks are covered in jet black down and take nearly 6 years to grow into the dazzling appearance of adulthood. In Serra da Canastra, the rainy season brings more carcasses, and with them, the peak working season for the king vulture.
Unlike raptors such as hawks or eagles, the king vulture doesn't take life to survive. It waits. This bird lacks a rich vocal range due to the absence of a syrinx. Its sounds are limited to low hisses.
Instead of calling to one another, they rely on observation.
With exceptionally sharp eyesight, the king vulture can spot a carcass from hundreds of meters above. During the humid conditions of the rainy season, when the scent of decay spreads more slowly, vision becomes its primary tool for survival.
The parents return with partially digested food and gently feed it to the young. It is a rare gesture.
It's a clear sign of deep, long-term parental investment in a natural world where the most fragile lives demand the greatest patience.
In the Cerrado ecosystem, the king vulture is not just a link in the food chain, it is part of nature's self-cleaning, self-healing system. With a lifespan reaching up to 25 years in the wild, the king vulture stands not only as a biological symbol, but also a cultural one.
Not as graceful as the Seriema, the wood stork leaves a strong impression with its bare, wood-like neck that looks almost sculpted.
Standing up to 115 centimeters tall, with a wingspan of 180 centimeters, its body is white, with a featherless head and neck.
And a long, curved beak shaped like a sickle.
This bird doesn't hunt by sight, but by touch. While standing in water, it holds its beak slightly open.
At the slightest movement from a fish, the beak snaps shut in just 25 milliseconds.
If the water is too still, it gently stirs it with a foot or wing to flush out prey. In the 2025 rainy season, ground-based foraging increased by 14%, including frogs, lizards, and rodents.
This adaptability allows the wood stork to survive in hydrologically dynamic regions like Serra de Canastra.
It nests in colonies atop tall trees. Each colony can hold 20 to 25 nests, with parents taking turns incubating.
When not foraging, the wood stork glides gently through the air, like a black and white ribbon riding warm currents, moving through habitats from mangroves to marshes, maintaining ecological connections.
As Cerrado moves deeper into the rainy season, the stretch of land along the Araguaia River suddenly comes alive.
This area represents the seasonal wetlands and ephemeral pools, lasting only a few weeks, yet sparking entire chains of life. The appearance of ephemeral pools creates ideal breeding conditions, free from predatory fish.
Among the standout species is the giant otter, the largest otter on Earth.
An adult male can reach up to 1.8 meters in length and weigh as much as 34 kilograms, with a sleek, torpedo-shaped body, covered in short, dense, chocolate brown fur that repels water and keeps the skin beneath completely dry. Its tail is flat, long, and powerful, acting like a paddle. Webbed feet allow for agile movement through murky waters.
One often overlooked detail: each individual has a unique white patch on its neck, a biological signature.
With highly sensitive whiskers, it can detect the slightest movement. Its ears and nostrils close while diving.
Unlike most other otters, the giant otter is highly social, living in organized family groups.
They hunt together, play together, and share the responsibility of raising the young.
Others stay behind to guard the breeding area or train the young in diving and foraging skills.
Each adult needs to consume around 3 kilograms of fish per day, nearly 10% of its body weight.
When fish become scarce, the giant otter also hunts crabs, snakes, and even small caimans.
An impressive display of adaptability with their dexterous front paws.
Masters of the river, these giant otters move with a synchronized power unmatched in the jungle. They are the true apex predators here.
In the complex waters of the Cerrado, the river wolf reigns supreme.
Pull down and eat right on the water's surface.
Often floating on their backs, a scene that's both amusing and deeply rooted in survival instinct. They choose to build dens along elevated riverbanks or forest edge marshes.
Each den may have multiple entrances, allowing the entire group to move quickly and safely if threatened.
The Araguaia River region, especially within Cantão State Park,
is considered one of the last places on Earth capable of supporting a naturally reproducing population
of giant otters.
with over 800 interconnected oxbow lakes.
This area stands as a final stronghold for this rare otter species.
However, even this refuge is gradually coming under threat. Competition with humans, especially local fishermen,
has begun to strain the relationship between the giant otter and nearby communities.
According to the latest report released by the International Union for Conservation of Nature in 2024,
into Comborn Sarvant, the giant otter remains classified as endangered.
With an estimated wild population of fewer than 5,000 individuals,
and no clear trend of increase or decline has yet been established.
Even so, recent research in the Araguaia region offers a glimmer of hope.
The stable presence of large family groups and a rising number of pups
suggests that, with proper protection, this species has a real chance at recovery.
With a distinctive creamy white throat patch, the giant otter surveys its territory, a lush tapestry of river and forest. Larger and more formidable than the giant otter,
The Yacare caiman is native to Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, and Paraguay.
Its name, Yacare, comes from the word jacare, which means crocodile,
in the ancient Tupi language, and was later adopted into Portuguese.
The body of the Yacare caiman is just bulky enough to appear heavy, but never clumsy.
Adult males typically measure between 2 to 3 meters in length, while females are about half that size.
They have dark brown to olive-colored skin, scattered with black markings,
and a pale yellow belly, reminiscent of soft mud along a lakeshore.
The long, slender snout is the result of millions of years of evolution.
Perfectly shaped to maximize efficiency in catching fish, their primary food source.
Their teeth are a biological marvel, between 70 and 82 in total, constantly replaced.
with the fourth tooth in the lower jaw always jutting out, even when the mouth is closed.
Because of this feature, they are sometimes nicknamed the piranha caiman.
In the intricate system of ephemeral pools, the Yacare caiman emerges as a silent predator. It doesn't lunge or chase, but lies still, almost motionless, beneath floating vegetation,
with just its eyes and nostrils breaking the surface.
When unsuspecting prey ventures too close,
The strike comes so fast, there's no chance to escape.
Adults typically feed on fish, snakes, birds, and even small mammals.
Young caimans, on the other hand, start with smaller fare: insects, crustaceans, and freshwater snails. When hunting among floating vegetation, they use their powerful jaws to crush hard shells.
A skill that leaves even the toughest snails with no way out.
Beyond its predatory instincts, the Yakare caiman also reveals a softer side: reproduction.
During the rainy season, as the soil turns moist and temperatures rise, amid the shimmering riverside light, as golden sunbeams fall, the roseate spoonbill appears.
Its vivid pink plumage and unique spoon-shaped bill, making it look like a drifting ribbon of color.
Gliding through calm waters.
Its pink hue comes from its diet, rich in the carotenoid pigment canthaxanthin, just like the flamingo.
During breeding season, the color deepens, spreading to its legs and around its eyes.
Like a natural wedding gown, worn by a wanderer in search of a mate. Instant snack. Thanks to thousands of nerve endings concentrated at the tip.
Along the banks of the Araguaia River, shallow pools serve as ideal hunting grounds and nesting sites. They build nests in dense shrubs or low trees, laying 2 to 5 eggs per clutch, with an incubation period of around 32 days. The chicks are fed by both parents.
Who regurgitate food directly into their still developing spoon-shaped bills.
The spoonbill doesn't migrate far. It follows the water.
Wherever rainy season wetlands appear, their footprints are not far behind.
Riding thermal currents with neck and legs outstretched.
They glide like living kites across the sky God created.
Once hunted nearly to extinction in the 19th century for their feathers,
used in hats and dresses, the rosinate spoonbill has made a comeback thanks to strict conservation efforts.
Today, they are considered an indicator species, a sign of wetland health. When spoonbills appear, it means the water is clean. Crustaceans are plentiful, and the ecosystem is in balance. Larger than the roseate spoonbill, and the biggest stork in South America. The Jabiru stork enters the scene like an ancient guardian.
It stands up to 1.5 meters tall, with a wingspan ranging from 2.7 to 3.6 meters.
Adorned with white plumage, a glossy black featherless head and neck, and a vivid red throat pouch. The feature that inspired the Tupi-Guarani name Jabiru,
meaning swollen neck.
In males, the pouch can swell and change color during the breeding season.
a vivid, wordless signal of readiness. Its slightly curved bill, measuring 35 centimeters long,
is a remarkably precise hunting tool.
Without needing to see its prey, the jabiru senses movement in murky water
and snaps its beak shut like a falling trapdoor.
In addition to fish, frogs, and snails, it also feeds on snakes, carrion, crustaceans, and even small mammals. In the Araguaia region, home to over 800 oxbow lakes, jabirus typically live in lifelong pairs. At the end of the rainy season, they build massive nests up to 30 meters high on dead trees.
Some spanning over 1 meter wide and reaching 1.8 meters deep, growing larger each year like a living legacy.
The parents incubate 1 to 5 eggs and raise their young for over 100 days.
Far longer than most other stork species, with the chicks entirely dependent on their care.
Belonging to the Ciconiidae family, the jabiru is the only living species in the genus Jabiru,
a remnant of an ancient lineage. In the Cerrado, it is an essential piece of the ecological puzzle, like the giant otter.
Yacaré caiman, or roseate spoonbill, embodying the deep connection between water, land, and life. Yet the vibrant and diverse life of the Cerrado is under daily threat.
As of 2024, more than half of the Cerrado's original vegetation has disappeared,
replaced by soybean fields, corn plantations, and large-scale cattle ranches.
What's especially concerning is that only about 8% of the Cerrado is under strict protection, compared to more than 45% of the Amazon.
Climate change is also making dry seasons more extreme,
leading to natural wildfires that occur more frequently and last longer than usual.
In 2024, the area of burnt forest in the Cerrado increased by 117%.
Largely due to prolonged drought and the use of fire to clear land for agriculture.
Wildfires and deforestation have severely degraded the habitats of species like the man-eared wolf, giant anteater, and jaguar.
In response, the Brazilian government has launched wildfire prevention programs,
including community education and improved fire monitoring systems. From August to November 2024, deforestation in the Cerrado dropped by 57.2%.
thanks to more effective control measures. The Cerrado Restoration Fund was established,
aiming to protect over 43,000 hectares of native vegetation. The Cerrado still has time if these efforts are continued and nurtured.